My brother said to me one time, I said something a long time ago about wanting to look into what else I was qualified for. And he's like, what are you qualified for other than running a photocopier? And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? That whole transferable skills thing, it was like, do you go back and get another degree? I think it's hard for a lot of us to take that jump and shift into something else because there's a lot of security in education. You pretty much are guaranteed you're going to have your job for life unless you really, really super screw up or something really bad happens with the economy. You're solid. When I heard about Salesforce, I was on the Choose FI podcast. Then it just like heard it again and thought, well, I might as well check it out because I teach math and I'm the data guru at school. Like I'm the one who enjoys the spreadsheets and I'll make a mail merge and I'll figure this stuff out. Starting to play around with it was interesting and fun. And then January, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it and dive in. And so glad that I did. But like to be able to shift careers and have any hope of matching a salary at 24 years into the system without having to get another degree is just amazing. Yeah, I found out about it, I think, from an email blast from Bradley Rice. And I looked into it and the cost was just, I'm not in a position to commit that money. And so I tried to do it myself. In fact, I think in the email exchange, they asked why. And I wrote back and said, it's the cost right now. I'm not willing to commit that kind of money. And I feel like I can do this myself. I feel like I can learn this stuff myself. And they were great. They were really respectful of that and whatever you need. And there's a lot of people who do it that way. And then what ended up happening was I failed the test and I failed miserably. And I'm studying for this and I'm getting like 85s on these practice tests. And I'm thinking I got this. And I took the test and probably like half an hour into it or so, I just hit a wall and it was all like a different language. I'm reading these questions. I don't know what you're asking me. I lost it completely. I signed on and immediately got into a study group. But that was one of the most attractive things from the get-go with Trailhead even. Just the amount of community support that is available for almost anything that you need at any point in time. There's nothing negative. Everything's positive. Everyone's going to lift you up. That's also a completely foreign environment for me professionally. The LinkedIn, that changed everything. The profile picture, the tools that were there for setting up your profile, the suggestions that were made following that completely changed the game. And I had read other people saying that once they changed their LinkedIn and started following the rules, not the rules, but following the guidelines that were given to us, that they all of a sudden were getting noticed. And that's what happened for me. The LinkedIn resources, the study group, and then after getting certified, the volunteer project was an incredible experience. I think I said it maybe to my group in the last day. I feel like it was the kind of thing that as time goes on, we're going to continue to realize what we got out of it. For a lot of us, it's the first time working remote like that. It's the first time trying to work as a team from different parts of the country. We had one member in Canada, one in Texas. We're like all over the place, different life. But that volunteer project gave me, I think, the first glimpse in what I need to kind of keep an eye out for whenever I start my actual paid job, because now I kind of caught on to, in a real safe way, what were my challenges and what did I feel like I was good at and what did I get trapped? Where would I make maybe different changes? My job is going to involve Salesforce, but also more so it's going to be HubSpot. Everything I knew from Salesforce was very easily translatable to HubSpot. It was like, I don't know if this is bad, but I call it like Salesforce for kids. It was just like, it's less intense. It was easier to maneuver, but I posted something, or I came across a woman on LinkedIn who came out of Talent Stacker. She also posted something about HubSpot. We connected and we started a group in LinkedIn for Talent Stacker people who are going to have to use HubSpot, because we figured we have this network. We know now how to support each other through Salesforce. We're not abandoning Salesforce. I still want to improve my certifications. I still want to grow in that program. I'm still looking forward. But at the same time, why not leverage that same network for supporting each other through another technology that we need to learn? We have now like 4 or 5 people in that group. What surprised me is I think it's going to be being pretty much a lifelong thing. We now have the best piece of college, right? It's without the worst piece of college. We don't have the tuition, we don't have the debt, but we have people that we learned with that we now are out in the real world with, and we are able to continue that relationship and continue networking and continue to support each other long after passing that test. And that's just been a beautiful thing. And it makes me feel so much less afraid of whatever challenges we're going to have, because I have learned through this program that there's always going to be someone else there who's willing to give advice or help me through something or say like, I've been there, this is what's going on.